Hey guys, how's it going? Yeah, I just wanted to show you how the project is coming along, and so here we are in my little debugging village. Yeah, what have I done up until now? For example, as you can see, those guys are walking around randomly, but they are confined in a specific space. So, for example, this guy up there is only allowed to move within this dirt patches, basically. You can also talk with those guys, and also you hear this kind of beep stuff, which is mentioned in the dialogue. Like I said, this is only for testing, basically, my debugging down. I included, for example, the possibility to show some portraits. In this particular case, you can see the portrait of Gerhard, and also, yeah, some questionnaire. Is it? You don't say it like that, right? Ah, one thing I should mention is I'm not a native English speaker, as you can already hear, so sorry for that. I do my very best. Hope that's enough. Anyway, what I was trying to say is based on your response, his dialogue will change, and yeah. Also, the antidote he's looking for is in this bush, so you can find the antidote he's thinking about. Also, as you can see, I color-coded some words. For example, characters will be color-coded orange-ish, and items will be color-coded with this green tone. Tint, not taint. Oh my god. I'm so sorry. Yeah, over there is the cleric. I used Kazan's portrait for him, just because I don't have the cleric portrait yet. Also, you can do the normal stuff, the normal menu as you would have guessed from Shiny Force 2, basically. Also, status effects will be written in a grayish color, and yeah. Sarah was dead from the beginning. That's also, I mean, that was intentional because I was trying to see how it looks like if someone is dead. Didn't we resurrect her? No, we healed her from paralyzation, which doesn't make any sense, because if someone is dead, it should not be possible to select their status effect. I need to note that. Ta-dam. Status effect on Sarah. Hey. So yeah, now that we resurrected her, the little icon. Didn't show it. Anyway, the little icon on the top right part of her text box is not showing anymore. Also, about the menu, there's a little change. For example, there is no search button, because you already have a search button on your controller or your keyboard, whatever you're using. So that doesn't make any sense to have a specific item menu just for searching. So I replaced it with the caravan, where you can handle your members. For example, if you don't like to use Sarah because you want to challenge yourself playing without a healer or stuff like that, you can handle it right away from the start, because for me there's no particular reason why you shouldn't be able to exclude a member from a battle straight from the beginning. I mean, there's the possibility to just let him die and never resurrect him, but yeah, that's one thing. And also you have the backpack where you can store items, but right now we don't have any items in the backpack, so let's go to the item seller and buy some stuff. As you can see, the item seller, for example, has consumables and equipment alike. Yeah, I think I would split it anyway, so that one item shop will only sell the consumable items, and one smith, or how you want to call him, sells all the equipment. It makes sense to keep it separately. Yeah, let's buy some things. I don't need to buy things because I can just simply put some items to the backpack. So we can have a look what they do. I don't added descriptions to all the items yet. So the default is basically I don't know what the item does and how much you can sell this item. It's basically, unlike Shining Force 2, it's half of the original price. But what I could show, yeah, you can interact with some things by a button, so you don't need this search button down there. So yeah, down in this little hut there are two items, one in the waist and one in the chest. I mean, in Shining Force 1 there's an issue, at least for me it was quite an issue, that you had to have at least one spot free for the main character, Max he was called, I believe. And unless he has at least one inventory spot free, you cannot get any items, which is annoying as hell. So, like Shining Force 2, as long as someone in your party has a free item slot, he will receive that object. For example, Bowie investigates the waste, and the fairy deer in that waste will go to Chaha. But now that even Chaha's inventory is full, what happens if we open the chest? Well, we find the healing water and this adds to the backpack. Yeah, it's just a little convenience thing. Also, you can transition to the upper floor, basically. The layout of this house makes no sense. Just realized that downstairs it's way smaller than up here. Also, you can yeah, investigate bookshelves and statues and stuff like that. Just like in Shining Force 2. But yeah, back to the backpack. I don't think there's any reason why you should not be able to put some items into a backpack right away, but to wait to have a caravan. I mean, it makes... From a development standpoint, it makes sense to introduce the player to some mechanics over the time, but I don't think that item storage and swapping units from your active party is that a big of a deal. But yeah, I decided to give the player the backpack, so the possibility to store items, even if all the inventories of all the members is already full from the beginning. I think it makes more sense this way. Also, up there we have Chester. If you talk with Chester, he will join your party. And yeah, the jingle starts to play. However, I did not add a trigger where Chester will be removed from this spot or follow Bowie around. I mean, we have Chester now in our party, but I could talk again with Chester and the whole thing will start over again, playing the jingle. However, as he already is in our party, at least that I checked for, he won't be added a second time. So if we look at the party, we still have one Chester, which is good. So that's basically all the things in town. So let's go to the next area, which is the battle area. Battle awaits ahead. Yeah, one thing. Okay, the first one got to the cleric, so the cleric runs up and heals the dwarf, which doesn't have his max HP. Why is that? Well, I put in this damaged dwarf basically to check for the AI that it behaves correctly. So this cleric, for example, will heal someone if he is below, I think, 80% of his HP. If that unit is in range, and all the other units basically just wait until someone is within range and they will try to attack this guy, except if someone enters this trigger, this forest, which is a trigger. You can't see it, you don't know it, but once someone enters this trigger, all the units are trying to get over that, let's call it bridge, absence of water. Yeah, basically all the units act the same except for the cleric, who tries to heal someone, and if there is no unit he could heal, he will attack someone within range, and the archer, I think, is trying to get Bowie. Yeah, unfortunately, I can't show you how it looks like if someone... well, I can show you actually, because Bowie doesn't have his whole health as well. There is a button which shows the HP basically up atop of the heads of all the units, and this is just for convenience, as I hated it if I knew someone needs healing, but I did not remember who it was. So I need to look at several different units until I finally found the one that needed healing. So why is Bowie damaged? That's because of his item he had equipped. It's the Wunderwaffe, and yeah, that's basically a stat boost for all stats. Huh. What I did not show you how the inventory stuff looks. Anyway, but within during the battle, whenever you try to equip or unequip an item, you will see, based on the equip text, which one is equipped, and also how the stats change if you want to equip something else. So for example, the Wunderwaffe will boost every stat. That's just for me, for testing, to see that all the stat boosters actually work. Also, what is different is that the land effect will show up all the time, so you don't need to move with your character or with your unit up there to know what land effect it actually gives, or what is the word? Provides? Maybe? I don't know. And also, if you hover up on top of any unit, you will see the quick info, the HP and the name and the level and the MP. Also, one thing that you maybe recognize, or rather don't recognize, is the looks of the cleric and also the Gallant Mage. I used the sprites of the Gallant Mage and did some in-game color swapping, on the fly color swapping basically. So depending on what unit it will represent, the color will be swapped accordingly, so that I can reuse the units over and over again and just put some new ink on them to have a new unit. I'm not going to overuse it, but it is helpful to have, let's say, if I need another archer type which is stronger, to just recolor that archer at some point. So, another thing about the Wunderwaffe is it has an ridiculous reach, and also, yeah, the area of effect is also huge. That's just for testing as well. Yeah, let's go ahead and attack someone. This is something I want to show. Nah, let's just attack. Yeah, the battle looks like this. Unfortunately, I don't have a transition yet, so basically the background and the enemy will be plain and simply swapped out, which doesn't look good at all, but yeah. The transition will be one of the things I will add next. So, Gallant was... so, Bowie was in range of the Gallant Knight, therefore he attacked Bowie. One thing I could show you is some spells. Unfortunately, Kazin doesn't, or Kazin, however you want to pronounce it, isn't able to reach anyone, so let's wait another turn. Level ups already work as well. Yeah. Unfortunately, everyone is on the same space, so every unit is on these on the plane or on the grass. So the background won't swap while I'm attacking. Yeah, just stay here and wait what happens. Also I included a speed up button to speed up the movement or the game itself. It's also just for me for convenience, but I think we'll keep it in the game because sometimes the battle animations take quite long, especially if you redo a battle, so yeah, to save some time. But now get to Blaze. Blaze 3. I had to do all the spell animations. Unfortunately, there are no... I mean, I what is the correct word? I robbed? I stole all the sprites from the sprite database. Unfortunately, there are some sprites, some snippets of the spell sprites, but not the whole thing, and so I had to redo all the spell animations. But one thing, yeah, whenever a door gets closed, a window opens, something like that. I don't know if there is any any figure of speech in English. Oh wow, I'm so sorry. Anyway, I took the opportunity to reskin some of those spells. So Blaze 1 and Blaze 2 kinda look similar to the Shining Force 2 variant, but Blaze 3 looks a bit different. Nothing special, but yeah, there's some kind of eagle head flying to the target and attacking it. So yeah, that didn't make any sense at all. The cleric just, I mean, I can explain what happened there, but it's actually a bug, to be honest. The AI is programmed to, whenever it has a possibility to attack, for example, whenever it had the ability to attack Bowie from, let's say, down there or up there, it would took that option because the land effect is higher. So basically, it's a bit. The enemy AI also tries to survive a bit more than in Shining Force 2. So whenever they have the option between attacking someone from an 0 land effect tile or attacking someone from a 30 land effect tile, they will prefer the 30 land effect tile. Also, the cleric tried to heal himself and stood on this 15% land effect tile. However, he also could reach himself, quote unquote, from that tile, therefore he went one to the right. But selected the tile to the left because that's where he stood before. This doesn't make any sense. This is basically a bug. He should still select himself, but due to the way I programmed it, he first checks who needs healing. Okay, the guy, he himself, who needs healing is there, so I have to move, for example, down there to reach him and then heal that square. Yeah. Still buggy, still some issues, but all in all, it kinda works. Let's speed up the whole thing until Bowie's on, until it's Bowie's turn. Okay, Kazin, critical. Now it's Bowie's turn. Also, Aggress works, however, it triggers the battle animation, and because the battle animation was triggered, Bowie at least gets 1 XP. Doesn't make much sense, but yeah, it is how it is. I think I will keep it that way, and maybe I will add some spell animation for the Aggress spell, just to have a better reason why it is there. Yeah, that's kinda it. One thing for the equipment, it looks the same as in, kind of the same as in Shining Force 2. If someone cannot equip an item, it will state that he is not able to equip that item if you want to give that unit that item. And also you can see how the new item will change the stats based on the current equipped item. For example, here you can see how everything gets worse if we would try to give Bowie the wooden sword, because he had the Wunderwaffe equipped. Yeah, that's it, basically. Let me know what you think, what I should add, or what I should... I mean, the most important thing would be what are things that are annoying in Shining Force 2 and could be better, or some things that were missing in Shining Force 2, and would be a great addition for the game. So yeah, that's that. Thanks for watching, and have a nice day.